over the hip flexor stretch. Now, tight hip flexors can cause a lot of low back pain. So stretching these might be the cure to what's ailing you. What happens in life is we do a lot of sitting. We sit in front of the computer, we sit at the dinner table, we sit in front of the TV, we sit in our car. We just sit way too much. So when we do that, our hip flexors shorten up and stay tight, which pulls on the low back. To fix that, all we have to do is stretch our hip flexors. So here's an easy way to do this. This is a kneeling hip flexor stretch. So I'll show you from the front. We're going to keep the knee that's on the ground. We're going to be stretching that hip flexor. The leg and foot will be flat and in line with this leg. What we want to do is brace our abs, take our belly button, try to point it up towards the ceiling and sink forward. You shouldn't be able to go very far. Squeezing the back glute and push back. So squeeze the glute, sink forward, and you won't be able to go very far. So from the side, this is what it should look like. Toes down. I'm going to squeeze the glute, point the belly button towards the ceiling, and sink forward. You can see I don't go very far, and I have pretty good hip flexors. So if you catch yourself doing this, that's not stretching your hip flexor. We want to focus on belly button up, squeeze the glute, shoulders stay behind the hips. Now if you're having trouble keeping the core active so that the low back doesn't get involved, you can grab a dowel. Grab the dowel with two hands, try to push it into the ground as hard as possible. You'll feel your abs contract and stay tight. Then squeeze the glute, sink the hips forward and back. Push into the ground, squeeze the glute, sink the hips forward and back up. So that's the kneeling hip flexor stretch. If you tend to sit a lot, make sure you do this a few times a day. It'll take a while to really loosen those up.